Alrighty, brothers and sisters, what if I told you the 100x's are knocking at the doors with the biggest all season about to happen? And I hope you've been paying attention. The Bitcoin dominance has been slowly showing some weakness. And most importantly, if we look at the dollar, this is exactly what I wanted to show you here, guys. You want to pay attention to this. As you can see now, whenever Trump takes office, we got the dollar weakening. And whenever the dollar weakens, we get a rally on Ethereum. Dollar goes down, Ethereum starts to go up. But I want you to pay attention exactly to this yellow line here, this vertical yellow line, and what really happens here. So now we have Trump again taking the office and having a similar pattern now that we see here, the similar pattern that you see, double top, fake out, double top, fake out, and then now we're doing the same thing again. Now look at this. Now we can argue that we are exactly here where this yellow line is at, right here. So back in the days here, let me pull Ethereum back in the days, we've seen after Trump, we've seen the dollar going down, then we've seen a bounce on the dollar, and right around that time when the dollar bounced and then crashed, this is when Ethereum went crazy. So look at this now here, spooky, crazy stuff. Again, the dollar is showing strength, and once it goes back down, this is when Ethereum goes crazy parabolic. When Ethereum goes up, this means the ETH Bitcoin pair starts to go up as well. And when the ETH Bitcoin pair starts to go up, Bitcoin dominance starts to go down. This is the most important thing we're looking at here. This is the monthly chart on that Bitcoin dominance. Now, something as well to keep in mind, and something that's telling us that this is probably it, is how long it takes for the Bitcoin dominance to finally cool off. So here back in the day, it took around 945 days before we seen finally the Bitcoin dominance going down and starting a major all season in 2021. And now so far, if we count from this rally to today, it's 882 days. We are not so far away from that 945 day mark where actually the Bitcoin dominance starts to go down. This is how long it took last time before we seen the crash on the Bitcoin dominance, which means ETH BTC pair goes up, which means altcoin go crazy and massive altcoin season, which we are starting to see now. You're seeing green everywhere. Today we got coins pumping, coins like Breton 8 as well pumping. But the thing is, the biggest altcoin season hasn't even started, and this is the one we're talking about here. And we're starting to see that the signs, and I'm pretty sure you're seeing the signs today on your portfolio as altcoins are rallying. But the major one is the one that gets the 100x's. So we're not so far away from there. If we add a coin like Dogecoin, let's say, now Dogecoin, as you can see, as soon as the Bitcoin dominance started to go down, it started to rally, and it started to rally way before, as you can see. As soon as it started smelling that weakness from the Bitcoin dominance, it started to go up. We can argue that this is what we're seeing today with coins pumping. This is pretty much what happened back in the days with once the Bitcoin dominance started to top right around that 69% mark back in 2020. This is when those coins started to rally right around that, and then we've seen the Bitcoin dominance cooling off. Also, the Bitcoin dominance is a very good indicator of also when to sell, as a lot of people ask about exit strategies. Well, you know, when this is going down and when this starts to do this here, like it did in 2020, it did a double bottom. Once it does a double bottom, the second bottom is your sell time, right? Now, the biggest all season is here. Now, the one that we're waiting for is the one that takes the Bitcoin dominance down with it, as we see when Dogecoin starts to go up, or started to go up back in 2020. And as Bitcoin as well is still ranging here, not shaking out, looking very bullish, looking like it wants to put a new all-time high, this also increases the odds of us being very close to an all season of everything that I've just talked about to happen with a strong Bitcoin as well. And what we can see with Bitcoin recently is this massive pump that got everyone off guard. If you remember, now everybody was very super bearish around the lows here on Bitcoin, and you might ask me, what's going on today? Are people very bullish today? Well, I will tell you, people are not very bullish, not very optimistic. It's still a disbelief rally, and this is very good because we want people to believe this is a disbelief rally. And how do I know that? Now, the funding rate is still negative. As I've been showing you recently on my videos, this is how you know that people are bearish. Even if they are not telling you, they are bearish here. You can see that they are shorting. Now, this should be 100%, but it's 0.29%, which is negative. 5 below 100%, which means a lot of people are shorting, which means short squeeze keep going. Now this pump here on Bitcoin, a lot of people are underwater shorting it here and here, and which means we're gonna keep short squeezing them. We're gonna keep pushing the prices higher. This reminds me a lot of how the previous bull market started, or whenever we have a healthy rally from Bitcoin, we do have those negative funding rates that come with it. And this is pretty much what really fuels these rallies, that people get liquidated on the short side and push the price higher. And this is what's happening here. So when it comes to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is very strong. Bitcoin looking like it wants to pull a new all-time high. And the Bitcoin ETFs are still very good as well. We just got, again, a big day on the 14th of May, $300 million investment, 100 million, not big for Bitcoin. As you know, now yesterday, the 15th, ETFs are still buying, ETFs are still bullish, even on Ethereum, which we still are waiting for that catalyst to come back to see what Ethereum is going to be like once the ETF inflows are going to match those of Bitcoin. This is one of the major catalysts I'm looking at as well. And you know that Ethereum pumping is altcoin season. That goes hand in hand. Now we still don't have any strong days for that ETFs. We had a 16 million on the 14th. It appears that the ETFs were very hungry on the 14th of May, and that is due to the CPI reports, the inflation coming down. So you can see that this is very related as well. Now that the people are expecting more rate cuts to come this year, and it's very likely as well because the inflation is going down, and tariffs talks and tariffs are getting better and better. So more and more bullish news, and we're seeing also the inflows are getting better here with Ethereum, but nothing impressive so far. As soon as this flips super bullish, we're gonna see some crazy stuff happen. Now, as you can see, Ethereum is our major altcoin season indicator after Bitcoin dominance. We can also look at the USDT dominance, but this is a monthly candle on Ethereum, and you can see this is a monstrous monthly candle. Even the weekly candles are looking very good as it reclaimed the range here, holding strong above 2,500. Right, this is something I'm impressed, because my target was maybe we're gonna see 2,500 and then a retrace to 2,100, then we move higher, but it is holding strong, and that is mainly due to the ETH-BTC, because ETH-BTC is holding stronger than Bitcoin itself, and that's why Ethereum is outperforming. You can see the ETH-BTC reclaimed a major level here, and that's why we're seeing this major strength on Ethereum on the ETH-USDT side. And that's why it's holding strong. It might just hold above 2,400 for now, and we might see it actually go for the 2,800. So far it's looking very good. What we want this to do is obviously to keep going up. As soon as it goes up, this rallies on altcoins are just gonna get stronger. They do get even stronger once actually Ethereum is in price discovery, and this is when we see usually those major rallies from altcoins like we've seen in 2021. Let's pull back Dogecoin. As you can see, this is Ethereum going on this massive rally here, Dogecoin following. Usually altcoins follow Ethereum. So far, as you can see, compared to 2021, this rally here is nothing, and if we get something like that, if we target maybe 9K for Ethereum, then we're gonna see a bigger rally than 2021. And this is pretty much what we see usually for the 4-year cycles. We see bigger alt seasons, bigger than the ones before, and it's very clear this is the 2017. So 2017 compared to 2021, very small, and 2025 might just be even bigger. So this is the one that we're waiting for, and obviously this is also tied with the global liquidity. And this is pretty much, if you've been following my channel, and don't forget to leave a like as well and subscribe. This is pretty much how I've been monitoring these markets, and I stayed bullish while everybody was freaking at the highs, extreme fear and all that. People were freaking and being very bearish and extremely fearful. Even today we're seeing more less greed. It's 69, it was 70 just yesterday. And the reason I was bullish is because of this global liquidity. Now we're seeing a lot of people talk about it. So global liquidity back in the days here, once it broke out, it gave us the 2021 rally. Same thing here in 2017. And now we're waiting for it to break out. It kind of broke out, but it's still on this uptrend or local uptrend. Now, as soon as this goes up, as soon as this goes up and goes crazy, this is gonna send also Ethereum back up with it, and the altcoins, and obviously meme coins, as they are gonna be the biggest gainers. Those are my favorite altcoins, as they've been the biggest gainers. There is nothing to hide here or nothing to not like about meme coins. They are the biggest gainers. Now meme coins, you want to be on the long-term plays. You don't want to be on pump fund trying to gamble and be on the trenches and whatnot. You want to have calculated risks and stuff like that. But meme coins are the biggest gainers, the ones that play the long term, the ones that stay with us, and those are gonna make the biggest gains, as we see all the time. But overall, a big old season is about to happen, as I just explained. We're almost close to that 945 day mark on the Bitcoin dominance, as well as we're close to that breakout on the global liquidity and Ethereum following. Those are very big major catalysts that we're waiting for. Pretty much the worst is behind us, as I said on the previous video. The worst is behind us now. All we gotta do is wait and hold and stay strong. Now if you are not allocated, I would be pretty concerned now. I'd be pretty much DCAing and dollar cost averaging on the coins that I want to buy if I am not allocated. If you're already allocated, you just want to hold and stay strong here. The worst is behind us. As you can see, Ethereum came back from the dead. Everybody was calling Ethereum dead right around here, and now it came back from the dead with a monstrous rally for a major larger cap, like almost a 2x or 100% here. That's a major rally for a large cap like Ethereum. That just shows how strong it is and what it can do in the future, and just tells us that it is back from the dead. It tells us there is a lot of money on the sidelines, and especially big money like the ETFs and stuff like that. Not the retail. Retail is not yet here. As you can see, when we go to that fear and greed index, it's still not really retail telling, not yet. Retail telling kind of reading here would be 100% greed and 100% all season, which is also something you can track on CoinMarketCap. It's still a 27 out of 100 Bitcoin season still. So retail is still not yet here. The people that are buying now are long-term people, institutions, OGs in the space. You as well, probably, because you spent enough time with us right now here, especially if you've been here since 2024, even 2023, 2024. You're pretty much now an OG. You survived one of the biggest crashes so far that we've seen, and one of the biggest sentiment crashes we've seen in crypto with that extreme fear. So you can consider yourself now a true crypto OG if you survived these crashes recently. And the people that survived are the ones that are buying now. We are not seeing retail yet, as you can see when we go to the Bitcoin dominance or the all season reading. We're still 27. We're still in Bitcoin season. We're not yet in major all season. Once that shifts, that means retail is here, retail is buying, retail is back. And that means altcoins are way higher than where they are today, and we have now entered the actual all season where things go crazy, parabolic, 100x's and more, and people make money just like in 2021. So I'm very excited for that. I'm waiting for that to happen, and pretty much everything is just pointing towards it right now. And now I know the last few months were very hard to stay here and stay positive and stay hopeful and wait for an all season, and it's been a long time. It took some time, and mainly because of Ethereum underperforming, but finally it's coming back. But this time is it. In my opinion, I do think this rally here is it. This is the rally that's going to lead us to a major alt season for 2025 that will probably end by the end of 2025 or early 2026. But then we're going to have to monitor the Bitcoin dominance. You want to subscribe for that as well if you want that if you want to stay updated on that. But then we're going to have to monitor the Bitcoin dominance, as I said. Once Bitcoin dominance is here, maybe double bottom somewhere, that's going to be the end of the alt season. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.